fans, it's Patricia. Welcome to Wax Chat Live, number 23. I decided to do a Wax Live video because it's fun to interact, especially at the end of the month. There's always a lot to discuss, and we can talk about if you're participating in the Wax Melting Challenge, we can talk about the picks, and obviously, even if you're not participating in the Wax Melting Challenge, by talking about the picks, we're going to be talking about wax, so it's a good thing to do. So right now, I had a little bit of trouble scheduling this, so I'm just going to see. I don't see anybody here yet. I'm just going to make sure I'm on. I haven't been able to successfully schedule a live and then start the live from the scheduled post. I'm not really sure why that is. So, all right, let's see. Says there's one person watching, so if you are the one person watching, let me know. All right, so what we'll probably do is I can start with the Wax Melting Challenge prompts, and then we can see where that takes us, and then with any extra time we can talk about whatever you guys want. And I do have to take my boys to get haircuts today, so I have about 1 hour, so we're gonna get started. So if you're not aware, I do a Wax Melting Challenge. Hi Tracy. Hi Pamela. I do a Wax Melting Challenge each month. I post it on the community posts here on my YouTube page and on my Instagram page. And what I usually try to do is put it out about a week before it's due to start. That way people can decide if they're going to decide what they want to melt in advance. They can pick their melts. Some people pick them as the day, happens. Hi Wendy. And some people just do it here and there when they can to fit it in. It's a good way to use up wax, things that you've been ignoring, etc. So on the first, it says melt a fruity fall scent. And I was trying to think about maybe I was going to do a fruity bakery, but then I thought to myself, I'm going to go through my testers and see if I have any fruity fall-like scents. And what I have is some testers set aside from things that I've retired. And so I decided to grab, hi Riley, it says, hey Patricia, do you have a Scentsy air purifier? What are your thoughts? I will let you know I do not have a Scentsy air purifier. I just didn't bother getting into it. It was on the more expensive side, and then I thought I'm kind of linked into getting filters every 2 months that way. I'm not going to say I won't get it, but as of right now, I don't have any plans to get one. Hi Shannon. The black currant and plum testers is what I grabbed. I do have a bar there, but this is a really pretty, gentle body care kind of plum scent. I really like this, so I want to use up a couple testers, and if I need to use the bar, I will use the bar. This one, most people found on the lighter side, so unfortunately, I did too, but I did pick up a room spray. If you're like me, do you guys ever pick up room sprays and scents that you find light or you want to enjoy? I just want to know if I'm the only person who does that, because I have a lot of room sprays and I haven't been using them as much. All right, so on the second, it says melt a purple wax. Oh, and if you're new to my channel, which you probably aren't, but if you are, I am an independent Scentsy consultant, and I melt probably 3/4 Scentsy, and I sprinkle in other things. So my melting basket reflects how I melt. So I've been ignoring this one for a while, and it's purple, just like me today. It's My Wish, and I think this has marshmallow and fig. I agree, there are plenty of air purifiers on Amazon with filters that are cheaper, and air purifiers are suited for bigger rooms. The one from Scentsy is for very small rooms. Yes. I just thought to myself, I mean, I often have a party with a lot of house credits, so I could easily get one, but I just thought, I don't know, I just never really had the urge to get it, so I didn't. That's probably a terrible answer, but that's the way it is. So yeah, on the second it says, purple wax, I'm going to go with My Wish. I haven't warmed this in a long time, and it is a flat bottom. All right. We have 19 people on, so thank you so much for coming on and joining me on a Sunday. So today here in Nova Scotia, it's a sunny with a bit of clouds day. Oh, Riley says it's so expensive, especially in Canadian dollars. Yes. Yes. And even, it's not that I'm against clean air. I've never really done any of that stuff anyway. I'm a very simple person. I tend to go kind of easygoing. All right. And I want to say, for anybody that's given prompt suggestions, I really, really appreciate it. And I try to pick some from each person and I get prompt suggestions from Instagram, YouTube. I get them messaged to me. So sometimes I come up with them on my own. Sometimes I use that daily, I forget what it's called. It's like a daily social calendar. And so, yeah, that's how the prompts come up. And sometimes we have really good prompts, but we might have just done something the month before, so I don't repeat it. All right. The third, it said, today is, and then it's going to be October 3rd. And so what I was thinking, somebody said like a Mean Girls scent or something like that. And I thought to myself, well, that might be hard for certain people. So I said, today is ... It's October 3rd. So if you had a today's October 3rd blend from L3 Wax Wonders, you could warm that. But I warm something that is movie related. Now I've cheated and I've already warmed this because I do warm things in advance. But it's the Beetlejuice It's Showtime scent. And you'll see this coming up on my Tuesday video, Tester Tuesday, for its review. So I won't talk a lot about it, but it's this lime green colored wax. So I'm just going to put that one aside. If you picked that one up, let me know your thoughts. I want to see what you guys say. On the 4th, it says World Smile Day. Pick a scent that gets you grinning. So I picked an old school from the Fantasy Wax collection, Pixie Sparkle. Hi, Laura. Pixie Sparkle is really discoloring the clam, and that sometimes happens. I think some of the fragrance oils tint it yellow, but still smells great, so we're going to do that one. World Teacher Day. Melt something that starts with A, B, or C. I thought that was a really nice prompt, a little bit different. All right, so I grabbed something from L3 Waxy Wonders because I was trying to warm some of her stuff because she was going to close, and now she's not closing, but I still have some things to get through. And this is Blue Sugar Pie Crust, and I just kept it in, it's double bagged, that's why it looks funny like this. I went through a stage where I picked a lot of blue sugar blends, and now I'm probably a little bit burnt out. It's always the way. On the 6th, it says, Boo, melt something you might smell in a haunted mansion. So again, I'm just trying to use up some vendor wax. I have from Ava's Country Cupboard from September of 2022, before she changed her name. I have Haunted House. Now this has notes of fried pastries, apples, caramel, and a dash of spice. So that sounds really nice. And that was a loaf. That's why there's a lot there. It's double bagged. How's everybody doing? All right, on the 7th, it says melt something containing clove. There's a lot of things. I will say, if you're not sure how to find, like say you're really interested in blueberry or peach or clove, you can go on the Scentsy website, up where it says menu, just type in clove, and it'll often bring up scents that have clove in the scent notes. So that's what I did. And up came Christmas Cottage, so I'm gonna work on my brick of Christmas Cottage. I'm running out of space, so I'm just gonna put that up here. All right. On the 8th, it says melted wax that has a caramel or toffee. I picked a flat bottom. Maybe I'll see if you guys can guess it. I'll give you some hints. Here's the color. So look at the color. It's an older wax, and it has caramel or toffee. And maybe I'll give you a hint. It's two words in the title. And maybe I'll give you another hint. I would consider this a bedroom scent. And it's a spin-off, some people say, of a Bath and Body Works scent. It's got fig. Anybody? Any guesses? Anybody? 2 words. Spin-off of Bath and Body Works. The name is not a spin-off of it. It's got fig. It's an older wax. It's good for a bedroom. Nobody? I'll tell you. I was hoping someone would guess something. French Kiss. So this has, I believe it has, oh good, Stacy got it. Yes. This one has, I think, caramel in it. So, yes. All right. Warm a scent that's only offered for a limited time. Well, I also cheated, and as you know, I'm always melting stuff for review, and so I picked Frosted Fantasy. This is also coming up this week on Tester Tuesday. So far I've worked on 5 cubes, so I'll just put that up here as well. Warm a cake scent. I picked Birthday Wishes. I love the picture of the little old lady with the cake. Stacy says it's in my basket for this month too. French Kisses, Stacy? Yeah, I love Birthday Wishes. I have, I think, 5 or 6 more of these, and then that's it. So, did you pick it for that prompt, Or just by, maybe by chance that you're doing that. Maybe you're not doing the wax melting challenge, I'm not sure. All right, the next one I picked for, it says melt an orange colored wax, and I picked, I mean, there's so many, oh, I missed something. April says, hi everyone, love birthday wishes too. Hi April. I picked from L3 Waxy Wonders, cranberry, orange, muffin, Hufflepuff. So I just want to work on some vendor wax and get some stuff going. All right, pick a scent fit for a farmer. So obviously Farmer's Market would be great, but I went with some testers of Farm Stand Pumpkin. And you could pick any scent that had any kind of vegetable, like carrots, or like a carrot cake scent, a pumpkin scent. The queen has arrived. Yes, she has. And I must say, I really love April's new hair look. I love it. It's so nice. Sometimes I chicken out. I would love to do something different, but then I chicken out. Stacy says, French Kiss is in my club, but it's building up and I need to use some. Yes. So if you guys have a Scentsy club, I just want to see what you say. How many bars do you usually let it get to before you're like, maybe I should take this out because I'm not reaching for it, it's building up? Like, do you have a set number, or do you just kind of go with the flow? Type in. I want to know if there's a set number. If maybe you don't have a rule, but what's that kind of area of bars that you're like, this is too many, even though I love the scent, I'm going to have to take it out and just use what I have. I don't know if I really have a set number, but I think I have a couple scents that are on the chopping block, and lucky for me, mine doesn't ship until February because I skipped my November shipment, so I have some time to make some decisions. But April says, I go with the flow because I'll regret taking it out at some point. Well, I would say yes, we always regret usually taking it out. I limited to around 20 or 25. I assume 20 or 25 total bars. Not 20 to 25 of one scent, I'm thinking. But you never know with April. Meg says 5 bars, and I realize I'm not using enough. Yeah, I would say for me, if I was getting, like, I have a spot in here, and I could actually put 9 high, and if I have to go to a second row, then I'm like, that's not good. Julie says 20. Holly says if I haven't warmed it in a year, then I take it out. Yeah, that's a good rule. So sometimes there'll be some months where I just go through my stash and then like my club specifically, and warm things that I've been neglecting, because obviously they're in my club, I love them, but I tend to say, well, they're in my club, I can warm them whenever, but really those are the ones that are supposed to make me the most happy, so I should be warming those in amongst the other things. I'm kind of in a stage now in my wax journey where I'm paying for when I overbought before. Laura says it's a dollar amount, usually 120. What I mean, like, maybe Laura, or maybe I wasn't clear, like, say you have birthday wishes in your club. How many birthday wishes would you have to accumulate before you say to yourself, uh-oh, I have way too many of this one scent. I need to take this one out. Holly says, with the new bars coming, she forgets about the old bars that she already has. Renee says, I'm in the USA, so I'm not sure if the box of the month deals are different in Canada, but on average, are they worth it? Do you mean the whiff box? If you mean the whiff box, they usually are worth it as long as you like a variety of products and you don't mind trying different things, because a lot of times they're new things. Sometimes there's exclusive items that you can't get, on the website. And exclusive items are often things that don't really interest me. Like, I'm not really big into buddy clips or things like that, even if they're the updated, like, modern fit for everybody kind of buddy clip. That's just not my style. I just kind of told you I'm pretty like, I do love lots of wax, but I usually don't love lots of stuff. Renee says, yes, sorry, I didn't remember the actual name. Yeah, it's called a whiff box. And this month coming, the whiff box is going to be different. It's going to be in a big regular box, and it's not going to have the whiff box packaging, because there's obviously something in there that's too tall for it. Yeah, okay, 6, 5, yeah, that's, you guys are a little bit better than me. I'm probably like 9. 9 would be my I don't know, cap. All right. So, Farm Stand Pumpkin, I Holly says, I've heard the Swift box is going to be a good one. And Wendy says 6 bars. And then she considers removing. With Farm Stand Pumpkin, this is the type of scent that it's in, I think it's in the spice category, if I'm not mistaken. But I get a lot of caramel and pumpkin. I don't really get apple and I don't get spice. So anyway, I'll be warming those. It's not a favorite scent of mine, and I always seem to be warming testers of it, so I got a little itchy nose. All right. Melt something pink in recognition of breast cancer awareness. Hi, Patrice. My mom is a breast cancer survivor, so I gave her my other breast cancer 4-pack, but I've only warmed one out of the 4-pack that I had, so I grabbed Turn Up the Pink to warm that. So, yeah, this is really pretty. And I was a little worried. Oh, it's very pretty. I'm almost getting, no, I think I'm just imagining it. Oh, shoot, what was I going to say? I can't remember. I have a tendency to get collections, and sometimes if they don't get voted on Tester Tuesday, I don't warm them for a while. So this one is from last year. Jennifer says, hi, Patricia, from Belfast, Northern Ireland. How is everyone? We are doing great here in Canada. We've probably got people from the U.S. If you're from, like, just put down in the comments where you're from. You don't have to be very specific if you don't want to share that, but you can just put the country, or if you're in the U.S., you can put the state, whatever. I live in Bedford, Nova Scotia, but it's on the outskirts of Halifax. Holly says London. Oh, UK. Well, I would assume it's around 5 p.m. there in London. Stacy is from Detroit. I've been to Detroit once. Shannon's from upstate New York. My good pal Shannon. Pamela's from the U.S., California, Washington, Illinois. Okay, we've got a good variety. Do we have any other Canadians? Tracy's here. Patrice is here. Ohio. Well, it's coming through fast now. Texas, Ontario. Hi, Jessica. Whereabouts in Ontario, Jessica? Yeah, this is nice. I'm looking forward to Turn Up the Pink. I don't know if that was a popular one, but it smells nice for me right now. Maybe it's just a nice change from all the spice. Ohio. Let's see if I've missed anything. All right. Wyoming. Yeehaw! Ontario, cottage country. Christine's late, and she's from Alberta. I have 2 aunts in Alberta. They're twins. They are in Calgary. If you're from the U.S. and you've been to Canada, tell me where you've been, where you visited in Canada. I always like to see where people, or if you're from another country and you've been to Canada, tell me where in Canada you visited. And maybe I can get you to the Halifax area. On the East Coast, we have a wonderful September and October. Close to Toronto, yes. My cousin is a police officer in Toronto. All right, melt any dessert scent. I picked a vendor wax, and I picked this one because it's a scoopable. Shannon's been to Niagara on the Lake. I picked orange cranberry muffins. So if you've never seen a scoopable wax, right now it's just kind of like, I'll just put my finger in it. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of like, oh, there's a fuzzy on my finger. I don't have any pets, so there we go. Yeah, that's, it's a little bit juvenile artificial here. I've been to Nova Scotia, loved it, so beautiful. I have family from PEI. My husband goes to Lake of the Woods every year for a very long time. Lake of the Woods, I'm not sure where that is, so it's not in, it's probably in Ontario maybe? Windsor, across from the bridge, Point Pelée, Niagara Falls in Toronto. Heading back to Toronto in November. My daughters are going to the Taylor Swift concert. Oh, that's so nice. I'm not really, I don't consider myself a Swiftie, but I like Taylor Swift. Lake of the Woods is in Nova Scotia, is it? Learn something new every day. Laura says, my husband and I went before kids. We visit Vancouver, Banff, and Calgary. Yes, I haven't been out to Alberta since I was 10 years old, and I'm 51 now, so it's been a while for me. All right. By the way, if you could hit the, Tracy says I lived near there as a kid. Okay. If you could hit the like, that would be really nice. And if you're brand new to my channel, hit the subscribe. I'm actually aiming, and it's quite a ways off for sure, but I would love to get to 10,000 subscribers, because once you get there, I feel like YouTube makes your life a little bit easier in terms of if you need help with something. A lot of times you need to have 10,000 subscribers, kind of a pain in the butt. Wendy says, my dad was Canadian, my mom is American. Sorry, let me just, he was from Sarnia. So Wendy, the interesting thing is I have an uncle that lives in Sarnia, and he's obviously Canadian, and his wife, who has passed away, she was from the US, so it's just kind of interesting. And yeah, they're from Sarnia, so. All right, Melt Something Green on the 15th. So I picked from Melting Memories, which is a Canadian vendor. I picked Frosted Cranberry Woods, and Tracy gifted this to me, so thank you, Tracy. I have four of these left. Oh, I just cracked the clamshell. Yeah, this is nice. It smells like a cedar wood with a tiny bit of cranberry or something like that. So yeah, unfortunately, I'll finish this off anyway. Thank you, Tracy, for that gift. I really appreciate it. Melt something containing maple or brown sugar for the 16th. So I picked, well, let's see if you guys can guess. Maple or brown sugar. This is the color. We'll do a guess that wax. Hi, Stacy. All right, so it has maple or brown sugar. Now I'm going to tell you it has maple. I'm going to give you that hint. I'm in Argentina right now. Usually I watch you from Florida. Well, both spots would be nice. Maple. Not the new bar, no. This is an older, well, I'm going to give you a hint number 2. It's older. It's not Autumn Blaze Maple. But good try. If fall had a flagship fragrance, let's see, if fall had a flagship fragrance, what would it be? That's your hint number 2. I feel like I'm waiting. Holly's like, tell us. Well, as soon as I tell you, you get it. Okay, it's 2 words. It can be an ice cream flavor. It's got nuts in it. Yes, Patrice has got it. And funny enough, can you see what it says there? From Patrice, a butter pecan. So that is what I'm going to melt for maple or brown sugar. Oh, now everybody's guessing them. Yeah. Okay, so the next one is a spice citrus scent. I'm going to give you a hint, and you might be able to get it. A spice citrus scent. It's orange, like almost like a burnt orange colored wax. It's a brick from 2021. Any guesses? April says yum, yum. Yes, correct. Sweet orange pomander. And there's not a lot of citrus in this spice citrus. It's more spice. But this is a really good performer, and this was recently in the clearance. And speaking of, Wendy says, my dad had citizenship for both countries. I went to Toronto for my honeymoon. Nice. Speaking of bricks, not the bricks that are coming, which I have here. And I've filmed my first sniffs video, and you'll see that tomorrow. I filmed it yesterday because I wanted to start getting some samples made. Hello, Miss SJ. Your name cut off, and I didn't get to it in time. Is there anybody else that's holding out hope that the Jack's Obsession brick and the Dumbo Soar High Through the Sky brick are going to eventually show up in clearance? Like, where are they? Are they just sitting in the warehouse collecting dust? The other thing is, I was talking to my friend Shannon, and I very briefly said to Shannon, I said, did you see on the Scentsy, you have to be a consultant, I think, to see this, but they have this weird robotic system that they go and the little robot bins go down and pull the stuff for the pickers. It's really neat. I'm hoping it's going to be, I don't know. I'd love to go see that. Let me just see what I missed. Lily says, speaking of spice citrus, I found out if you mix Happy Birthday and Reggae Sunset 1-to-1 cubes in the same warmer, then you can recreate something similar or identical to Cutie Pie Cupcake. Well, that's awesome. I mean, I don't have Reggae Sunset, but I really liked that one, and I can definitely see that tendency for that one. So let me just put this up here because, like I said, I don't have a lot of spaces. So I have a lot of bricks because I have all the 5 bricks from the new, and then I had, I think, 8 bricks that I was picking. So I have a lot of bricks to work through between now and January. And obviously I'm not going to finish them, but I want to make progress. All right. It's like when you have a lot of wax, you're like, okay, I have vendor wax, retail wax, I have candles, I have Scentsy, I have testers, I have bricks. What should I work on? I even have wax up here that you can't see that's like chopped up candles. And those are good too, but I just never get to them. So I'm trying to implement a way to get to a few things. All right. I saw that one. You saw the video, Wendy, of the robots? They have 100 bins that go and they charge. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. And obviously, when you see that, you get worried about people losing their job, but they said that it's there to supplement the jobs, and there's actually people that, obviously, if their job was changed, then some of those people are going to actually be like robot technicians to kind of fix and troubleshoot problems. That's my understanding of it. So, all right, the next one is, this is going to be a good one. You guys are going to have to chime in. Even if you're not doing the wax melting challenge, everybody's going to have one or two of these scents. And it is, the prompt says, pick a scent that drives you batty because of its performance. So I'm not going to tell you, Jessica says, I saw the robot video. It's very neat. Yes. I'm not going to tell you mine until I see some of yours come up. So everybody has some wax that frustrates them. And you're like, I need this to be stronger. I need this to last longer. I can't smell it for whatever reason. Put down if you have one or two scents, or even one that pops into your head quickly, put it down, and I want to see what people pick. Because there's a few scents that I could pick, and sometimes I pick one that most people can smell really well, and I can't. And that's even more frustrating, because you're like, why? Everybody else can smell it. Why can't I smell it? Oh, My Wish. Tracy says, My Wish, Blooming Marvelous. Yeah, everybody probably says that for Blooming Marvelous. Clementine Blossom and Iridescent Pearl. Iridescent Pearl is so nice. Baked Apple Pie, it says it's a strong scent, but I do not find it strong. Stacy says The North Calls. I've warmed 2 bars and never smelled anything, and everyone raves about it. So first, I'm hoping that you warmed them in smaller spaces if you couldn't smell it in large space. Loretta, you can't. Apple Butter Frosting is one that you struggle smelling. Plum and White Woods. Simply Vanilla. Tracy's picking all my favorites. I'm just wondering, for do you say your name Loxie? Loxie? I'm assuming it's Loxie. Stacy says, yep, in bathrooms. Oh, well, that's too bad. Because sometimes, yeah, when you try it in the smallest of spaces and you can't smell, it's very frustrating. Hi, Cherry from Wisconsin. Okay, good. Thanks. Sometimes I just want to make sure I'm not mispronouncing. So I picked the ever popular, Jessica says, I can't smell Frosted Fantasy on warm, but I can on cold. Yeah, I didn't find it overly strong, but this one people say is strong, but I can't really usually smell it, and it's Apple Cherry Strudel. So I do have a bar, and I have a couple testers, so we'll see. Maybe I'll just load up my bedroom and go for it. Yeah, I don't know. I think Patrice has this in her club, so if I end up loving it, I'll just ask her for more. But I've melted numerous bars over time. I just can't smell this one. I see Cozy Cardigan come up. Another Cozy Cardigan. Cozy Cardigan I'm okay with. I feel like I can smell it. And actually, I'm wearing it in body spray today because I have about half of one left. Patrice says I do have it in my club. Yes. Do you guys still use the Scentsy body sprays? Are you still working through those? I have 2 left. I have Cozy Cardigan and the Coconut Daiquiri one. So they are nice. Body sprays take a long time to get through, whatever the company is. But right now I'm addicted to Vanilla Bean Noel. I've been gearing myself up with Vanilla Bean Noel like crazy. All right. You've never tried a body spray? Well, they probably won't show up in clearance now. April says, oh no, that's such a yummy scent, Apple Cherry Strudel. I know. Maybe I have to sit there. Maybe I have to put it in the warmer, just stay in the room and never leave. Maggie says, I wish Cozy Cardigan was way stronger because it's so beautiful. The people that have trouble with Cozy Cardigan, do you like cashmere and corduroy? And if so, I assume that one performs a lot better for you. Would that be your alternative to go to? While we're waiting for that, I am going to see what the next one is. It says warm, a fresh outdoor scent. And I love this one so much. It's very, very strong. One of Scentsy's strongest scents. Oh, I missed that. Christine says, I have a Cloudberry Dreams body spray. I'm not sure if I'd love the Cloudberry Dreams. That's just not a favorite for me personally, but I know the people that love it really love it. So this is my Fresh Outdoors scent. It's a flat bottom, and it's probably one of Scentsy's strongest scents in my opinion. It's very fresh. It's very fall. Any guesses? Oh, so good. So good. Two words in the name. And yes, painted leaves. Laura says, yes to cashmere corduroy. I find cozy cardigan more warm and cozy. Oh, okay. Yes, painted leaves. This is a good one. It's pretty strong. Yeah. But unfortunately, it gets a little bit greasy. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know why I used that bottom cube. Doesn't make any sense. I usually go in a certain order. Are you guys weird like me and see, this is driving me crazy because I use this cube, but normally I use these cubes and then I go down, and then sometimes I'll do 2 and then I go 2, 2, and then these are usually the last 2 left. Like, I don't know, it might vary from side to side, but I probably shouldn't share all my weird little things because that probably just goes to show everybody that I have weird habits. I remember I got cashmere and corduroy scent circle. I thought, though I found the scent was just fine. I love cashmere and corduroy, and it's strong, but it's not the same. Okay, yes. All right. Melt a scent from a retail store. So I don't know, this could be cheating, but Canada Kim bought this for me. I think it was called, well, what's the gas station? And there's a lot of them in Texas. They're super huge gas stations. Is it Buc-ee's? I don't know. I feel like that's where she bought this. Swan Creek's honey soaked apples. This is so strong. Like, I think I made the mistake of putting a whole, back in my old house, back in my old house I had 3 warmers spaced around my big area, the 24 Walmart hot plates, and I put one of these in each, and it almost choked me out, and that was a huge big space with lots of tall ceilings. So here I might do 1.5 at max, and then that might still be too strong. Yeah, I think this is where Canada Kim bought this for me. It was she spent $6.99. She mailed me a couple, and I was really appreciative, and I kind of held on to this because I liked it so much. So, and we do get Swan Creek here. I believe it's at Bass Pro Shops, but I don't think I've ever seen honey soaked apples. So I do want to finish this off because it's from 2 years ago. All right, National Apple Day. Do you prefer red or green? So you can put below if you prefer red or green. While I grab the one that I picked. I think I probably prefer red. So I went with Evil Queen Just One Bite. So this is from 2020. Shannon says red. Eventually what I might do is I'm thinking of getting a new computer or maybe a MacBook or something, and I'll probably start doing live videos on a streaming device, and so then I can share things and that kind of thing. It'll be a little bit more fun. Speaking of, are you guys able to hear me well enough? Because I do have a microphone, but it's a little bit far away right now, so if you need it louder, please let me know. Sometimes with the live videos, they tend to make your volume very gentle, so I just want you to know if you need me to have it louder, I can do that. All right. And the other thing is, okay, thanks. Sometimes things will sound muffled as I move it around, so I apologize about that. Warmest scent with nuts. So I picked, and my friend Shannon probably will be able to guess this one. I picked hazelnut frosting. These are, I have 2 bars left from 2019, and these are my only 2019 bars, and I have to use them up. Stacy says red one warming, but Granny Smiths are my favorite to eat. Love that bar. Wish it came back in the Villains collection. Yeah, I mean, they seem to rotate through. Right now we have Maleficent, and Jenny says green. I love to bake. I don't know if you guys know that about me. I love to bake. Shannon says that's a great scent, needs to come back. Yeah, this is really nice. It's so warm and cozy. This was the first scent I warmed here in my new place. This and graduation I think was in the bedrooms, and this was in the main area. It was just by chance. I think I just grabbed it and put it in, but I do really like it. What was I going to say? Oh, shoot. Oh, well. Oh, well. Sometimes they say if you can't remember, it must have been a lie. Have you guys ever heard of that? If you can't remember, it must have been a lie. All right. On the 23rd, this is actually a good talking point. Pamela says, I wish Marshmallow Mint would come back. Oh, so do I, Pamela, because I'm still getting flat bottom bars from 2020. That's the only one in my club I've been getting flat bottoms, and it's really annoying me. Okay, yes. No, you haven't used the body spray in a while. There's so many body sprays from other companies, it's hard to use them up. You were saying you love to bake. Oh, thank you. Yes, I have a very short memory. I love to bake. I bake pies. I'm not intimidated to bake things. I would do like profiteroles or cream puffs. If it's hard, people think it's hard. I'm like, I don't think it's hard. Let me try it. The only thing sometimes I don't like is things that I have to use like a candy thermometer for, but I'll still make them. I'm just like, because sometimes you waste things if you overshoot your temperature. Anyway, I love to bake, and I love like deep dish apple pies, and I'm kind of known for those. So, and I haven't baked in a while, so maybe I'll bake one. But my advice is, sometimes you can pick different types of apples. So if you have a green apple, you just slice it a little thinner, and if you have something like a Golden Delicious, you slice it a little thicker. I'll probably try to share a recipe. The one that I make is from America's Test Kitchen. But sometimes I tweak things as I go, so I don't necessarily follow the recipe as much as I used to, but yeah. Deep dish apple pie, yes. So then when you slice in the apple, you know how sometimes you slice into pies and then the pastry is like there and then there's this air hanger of space and then the apples? So this is like apples all the way through. It's so good. Now I'm trying to eat better. I'm trying to lose some weight, and I've lost about 8 pounds over the last 2 months. I'm just doing it very slowly. So I'm walking at least 30 minutes a day because that's right now what I can fit in my schedule, but I keep on it. If I miss a day, then the next day I have to make up the time. So I think there was one day last week I walked over 2 hours just because I knew I was going to be busy and I had time that day, so I just walked and walked and walked. Anyway, let's see what so the next one is on the 23rd. It says, as we're doing for time, 1:40. Okay, on the 23rd, it says warmer showcase plus pick. Share with us your favorite fall or Halloween warmer. And I put free melt. So I basically said to everybody, pick whichever melt you want, but showcase the warmer that you love. And if you want to, you can share a picture. So if you have a favorite fall or Halloween warmer and you know the name of it, type it down below so everyone can see what you picked. I think for me, it's called Crystal Leaves. It's a very basic, it's one of those glass ones with mortar, but it's clear glass. So that they came out with a newer one that had all the colored leaves, and I didn't like that one as much, but I really liked the Crystal Leaves. I think that's what it's called. I also have one going in the bathroom. I think that's called Crystal Woods, and that's a ceramic one. That's not my favorite. But I don't know. It changes all the time. My favorite is Tiger's Eye Pumpkin. And when my dental assistant at work, she just picked up the Tiger's Eye Pumpkin and she sent me some pictures. So maybe I'll ask her permission. If she says yes, I'll put them on Instagram. And another local customer, Gillian, she sent me 4 pictures of some of her warmers, and maybe with her permission, I'll put them on my Instagram stories. She had the sparkle pumpkin one and the one with the spider webs. Oh my gosh. Even her husband commented on that one, and she says he doesn't usually comment, so that was really nice to see. Brandon says, I have the Mr. Bones warmer that glows in the dark. Not the best performer, but it's so cute. Yeah, sometimes you have to sacrifice performance for looks, but with these special themed ones, I think it does, we take that and we go with it because we're just so happy the way it looks. So, all right. On the 24th, it says melt a fall leaves colored wax. Well, I picked vanilla chestnut. So this is upcoming scent of the month for October. And this is a really good performer. I'll just give you a sneak if you haven't warmed it yet. It's a very good performer. It's just not my scent preference. So Meg says, I think the Tiger's Eye one just went out of stock. Yes, it did. So I was happy that she picked it up when she did. I guess I was at work and she was like plugging it in at work, and I didn't even know that she was doing that because she wanted to see it so bad. I didn't peek. Sometimes I don't peek at the warmers because I'll look in, and if they look like they're gonna be hard to get back together, I'm just like, I'll just let them do it. All right, the next one says melt a patchouli or starts with pea scent. Well, I don't know if I have a ton of patchouli scents because that's not my scent preference, but I picked from Melting Memories Pink Snowflakes, and I don't know the notes on this. Let me just see if I can. It's very pretty. It's almost like a vanilla with the tiniest bit of mint and a little bit, maybe pink sugar, I'm not sure. Very delicate and kind of bougie. That's really nice. So I'll warm through that. And that again is from Tracy. So thank you, Tracy. All right, on the 26th, melt any pumpkin scent for National Pumpkin Day. So I just grabbed any pumpkin scent from vendor wax, and so I picked pumpkin crunch cake cupcakes at Tiffany's. I do love cupcakes at Tiffany's. Renee says, I have haunted house one, not sure of the actual name. I love it. Yeah, I do have one haunted house. I should really dig that out. I kind of forgot about some of those. I think I put them. So Drew has a special bed, and on the bottom of his bed is his giant drawer, and I put a bunch of warmers in there, and one of the handles kind of came apart, so I haven't been pulling it out, but I really should because I know some of my warmers are in there. Pamela says, I have the Mummy Mini. Christine says, I recently bought the Tiger's Eye, and it's lovely. The other thing I think some people do is they put the orange bulb in the Tiger's Eye, I think. All right, I do have a question for some of you that melt vendor wax. If you've melted cupcakes at Tiffany's, do you find the scent, like just on its own, let's say, do you find the scent varies from company to company, or do you find it pretty consistent? Because I warmed one from Ebony Violet and I absolutely fell in love, and I'm just worried that it's not going to smell the same in other companies. All the other companies I've smelled it with, it's been blended with other things, so I can't tell. Meg says, I love pumpkin spice and everything nice mini that looks like a coffee cup. Oh, yes. Yes, I have that one too. I got to dig that one out. Yeah, it's like a little coffee mug and it's a mini warmer. I got to dig that one out. I don't know if I was mentioning, I think I mentioned it in another video. So I have a storage room and it's probably maybe 8 by 5. I don't even know. But we have some things in it. I have like almost like everything I would need, like a little mini office, a printer and stuff's in there. But we just recently bought a second fridge because the apartment fridge is kind of small compared to what we're used to. So we bought a second fridge. And so now my husband's got the fridge plugged in and then the printer's plugged in. He says we shouldn't use any kind of, the fridge has to plug into its own, outlet kind of thing, not an adapter. So then I'm like, well, I lost my wall fan diffuser in that room, and I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do? So then there's another plug in another area, and I was able to rig up. I just wanted something small, so I took a mini warmer, the light from within, I think it's called, mini, and because it's not made of glass or ceramic, so I figure if it did fall, it wouldn't break because it's up kind of high, and I put it on a tabletop converter, and so now I have wax going in that room, so it smells really nice, and it's like a night light, and my husband complimented. He said, I love that little warmer you got going in the storage room, and I said, oh, thank you. I love when people compliment your wax efforts. It makes you feel good. Hi, Anne-Marie. Oh, it's 6 o'clock there. So that's pretty good. I figured if we went on earlier in the afternoon, it would work. Plus, my boys are getting haircuts today. They're actually getting haircuts in about an hour and 15 minutes. So we're going to go for about another 15 minutes, and then we'll probably sign off. So we'll work our way quickly through the rest of the prompts, and sometimes that'll get us going on a side tangent. But then if you guys have any questions, we can go over them. Just because we're almost done, I figure we should finish. All right, on the 27th, it says S, S, or S with a twist. So usually I say S, S, or S, and I think it's sweaty, soy, or I don't even know what they all are. Sweaty, soy, or scoopable. But this time it's a simple scent, a smoky scent, or a sample. So I will probably warm around the campfire because I have lots of this, and I actually just take little bits and add it to things, just add a little bit of smoke. I usually don't warm this on its own, but it's really nice. Yeah, if you're someone that likes smoky hues to things, this is probably one of the nicest smoky hues that I've smelled. All right, the next one is Monster Mashup. Mix 2 scents of your choice. So I asked Ryan one night what he wanted in his room, and he said he liked both of these and wanted to know if we could mix them. So I said, well, we will for the challenge. So it's going to be Jack's Obsession and Yellow. So we're going to mix those together. So that is Ryan's melting Monster Mash. So you could pick any 2 cents. We just called it a Monster Mashup. So I'll let you know how that one does. Trick or treat. It says melt a scent you're unsure of. So I picked this one, Raspberry Jelly Donut, because the raspberry is very floral to my nose, and it just doesn't smell like the raspberry that I prefer. So that's why I picked that. We have one more. Melt any candy scent on the 30th. So we'll do a little guess. You guys can probably guess this one as soon as you see the color. Well, no, there might be another one you might guess. So it says melt any candy scent. This is the color. And the wax has 2 words in the title. And it's very nice. It says, what's your favorite wax in the Harvest and Holiday collection? The Harvest collection, I do like Peaks and Pines, although I haven't melted. Yes, this is Candy Crave. And the last day of the month is a free melt day. It's Halloween day, so you can pick whatever you want. And actually, I'll ask you guys a question here in a second. Harvest. Let me see if I can even remember. We had, you guys are getting that one right. Candy Crave. Candy Crave. Yes. Good job. Let's see if we can remember all the wax bars in the Harvest collection first. So Harvest, we have Apple Spice Season, Sparkling Spice Citrus. We have Peaks and Pines. I can't even remember. Help me, everyone. Yes. What are the other 2? We have Apple Spice Season, Sparkling Spice Citrus, Peaks and Pines. What's the bakery one? Oh, Appleberry Shortbread. I think that would probably be my favorite. And I'm forgetting, there's probably another one. Cinnamon Woods. Yes, Cinnamon Woods, I didn't like it on cold. Then I liked it on warm on day 1. And then day 2 came and I'm like, oh no, the cold ickiness is back. So I didn't really care for that one. So the shortbread one, yeah. Now let's see. They also said what was my favorite from the holiday collection. So I'm still working my way through the holiday collection. So that one, my favorite would probably be the Ginger Cookie Crunch. But we have the Frosted Fantasy, Ginger Cookie Crunch, Holiday Market, Bundle Up, and the Winter Twilight. So Meg's laughing. Yeah, so I think that the holiday one, they're taking that a totally different avenue, and maybe it's because we have a lot of sorry, just a second, I'm getting a notification. Yeah, maybe the holiday ones are not so much holiday as they were in the past. Maggie said, did anyone else think that Hollow Harvest smells like vanilla waves? I didn't really think that. But maybe there's a similar note that your nose is picking up and it's really picking up on it, and maybe that's why you're thinking that. One question I would have for you guys on the 31st, which is Halloween, do you have a set wax that you normally melt? Just get rid of that, sorry. Jennifer says, I loved Apple Spice Season. It reminds me of Bath & Body Works Pumpkin Apple. Lily says, no, but I'm getting Hollow Harvest in my club. So, do you guys have any traditions on Halloween for melting? Okay. Jessica says she thought that the pink pineapple and bar, I believe it's probably pink pineapple and sugar, on day 2 smelled like Vanilla Waves. Vanilla Waves is so popular, and they really pushed that when it first came out, and now it's just gone. I don't know. Did anyone pick up one of the 4 bundles for the pumpkin harvest deals that they announced on Wednesday, I think, or they announced it Wednesday, so it was Thursday, Friday, and today. Ghostly Greetings for Halloween. Scary Good. So I used to do Hug in a Mug, but I think I only have 1 left. So, and now that we're in an apartment, we won't really get trick-or-treaters, so it's gonna be weird. Did you guys pick up any of those specials, like the Starry Pumpkin plus the 5 bars, or the little Frankenstein dude? It's still ongoing today. So we have some Ghostly Greetings, Halloween Town, Gimme Candy, Those are all good ones. And do you guys does anybody ever say anything when they go to your house? If they can smell the scent, do they say they like it? Tracy says no, she didn't get any specials. Lily says I wasn't a fan of apple spice season. There wasn't enough of a ratio of apple to pumpkin to spice, unlike cider mill. Yeah, cider mill is kind of hard to beat. Shannon says I did a donation at my daughter's volleyball. Oh, good. That's so nice. Which one did you pick, Shannon? Did you pick the starry pumpkin? Maggie says spooky. She smelled spooky but sweet. I assume on Halloween. Wendy said she did not pick up any specials. And you did get the starry. I thought the starry was going to sell out, but it did not. And like I haven't checked today. Oh, good. Yeah, that witch one is good. The witch one is cute. And the Frankenstein one I did see because one of my customers picked it up. So there is a video on my channel for that. And even the one with the bats, I think that would be versatile because you could put colored bulbs in it. So, you know, maybe as you're getting close, like week 1 you could have white, then week 2 you could put orange, week 3 you could put like green, and week 4 you could put purple. Like you could get yourself almost like your countdown to Halloween by changing the bulbs every week. That would be fun. Yeah, I was surprised. Oh, I missed something. I thought Shannon thought so too. She figured for the time that the sale's available, they must have a lot of stock. And Tracy says the bat one is cute. And Julie says, a few people walking past my house said this house always smells like cake. That's awesome. Renee says, what is a good mix of sweet, spicy, and pumpkin? Let me just see here. You guys can think of a good mix for Renee. She's looking for a good mix of sweet, spicy, and pumpkin. So, I mean, sometimes you're not going to get that all in one, but you might be able to mix. I mean, sweet, well, it's more apple to me. I was going to say cider mill is very sweet, a little bit spicy, but it's more apple. Pumpkin, I find pumpkin can be kind of, I'm not really big into pumpkin. I've slowly gotten better with it. I like pumpkin spice, but just pumpkin on its own I struggle with. But I really love porch pumpkin, and that was one of the special bars. So I'm excited about that. The only one that I wasn't loving was the perfect pumpkin pear. I'm hoping that one of my customers will want that one, but probably not. Maggie says spooky but sweet smells like all those things. Well, yes, that's true. Because there is some spice. There's like, do you guys get smoke with that one? Or I feel like I get smoke, and then when I mentioned that in the video, some people said they don't get smoke. Lily says, if we're talking about scents that aren't available, maple rum cake with cozy vanilla and pumpkin in the same warmer works really well. I don't have any cozy vanilla and pumpkin, I don't think. That one was a really good performer for me. So I remember it just kept going and going. Maple rum cake I warmed 6 cubes the other day, and it was nice, way nicer than I remembered. So I think I only have 2 cubes left, and that's it. So I'll probably warm through those. I'll have to mix them with something because I won't have enough to warm them in my big area. So, anything else you guys want to talk about? We have about 5 minutes before we go. If you're joining us, I'd like to say welcome. Lily says, I still have maple rum cake in my club. Now, some people have commented that scent smells a little bit like it changes over time and not in a good way. Do you find that? Stacy says, Let's Get Batty is a great performer, 25 watt with a ceramic dish. Yes, I'm sure it would be. And it's very versatile. You could, like I said, you could change it up. If I had my second choice, I would like my order of buying would have been Starry Pumpkin, the Spooky but Sweet or whatever it was called. No, sorry, the Batty. Let's Get Batty. Then the Little Witch one, and then the Countdown to Halloween one, because my kids are all grown, so they don't care about the countdown part anymore. Lily says, I haven't experienced that because I tend to go through it very fast. Okay. Well, that makes sense. The only ones I can really think of lately that have turned on me was Sunburst Bamboo, and that was more so in the scent circles. So if you have any of those, go check them. If you've had any scents that have turned on you, type them in now so that people can read them and know to go check their stash. So sometimes in the past I've had issues with Grapefruit Sunshine, so go and check those if you have any of those. Smell them. If they smell like they're just starting to turn, sometimes you can still warm them and they'll smell fine. But sometimes you can tell. It's just like if milk has gone sour, you can tell. You don't have to guess. Maggie says the Beetlejuice bar is going no in my club. Did you like it? So weird and good. I would say no. I didn't really like it, but it wasn't terrible. Oh, Maggie took her note or her comment away. You didn't have to take it away. Maybe it's because she had a typo. So, yeah, if you've had any, speaking of a good pair, if you have vanilla cinnamon maple, you can mix it with maple rum cake as well. Oh, yes, I do have that. French toast smells eggy to me now. Okay. Maggie says I didn't mean to type no. Yeah, I figured. I mean, I'm going to talk about it. I have to film my video once I get back from the haircuts, but it was just a weird scent for me. But I would say if you really like that scent, to club it, because I don't think you're going to smell anything like that again. Tracy says, only the old one Scentsy sent me. French toast for me too. Okay. Just to say you are so appreciated. Your channel has brought me so much joy to my melting over the years. Thank you for all you do. Oh, thank you. I feel like in the past year I haven't done as good of a job with my channel as I used to, but it's just been a lot of changes. So trying to get back on track, and I appreciate you guys coming on and chatting with me, because sometimes when I do a video, it just feels very one-sided. Like I get the comments and things, and I love getting comments, but I would love to have it like a multi-person live. I think that would be really fun. So I am going to aim to kind of get that. I don't think you can't use it on a phone, which is what I have now. So, but that's okay. I'll eventually get to it. One thing at a time, right? So if you want to share what you're melting today, you can share that, and that way we can see what everyone's warming as we kind of get ready to sign off. I want to see what you guys are melting. I'll tell you what I'm melting. In my main area, I'm working on some vendor wax today. I'm trying to use some stuff up because I've been really terrible at using it up. So I'm doing pumpkin and peanut brittle, I think, from Sassy Girl Aroma. And I'm burning the candle. My husband's out there, so it's not unattended. Don't worry. And my daughter's room, there's Blueberry Rush. It's still going. The boys' bedroom has Pixie Sparkle. I just put that in today. The bathroom has a sample. Thanks, Stacy. There's a coffee scent going in my entranceway, a storage closet. Jessica says, I changed my wax to Cozy Cardigan because of the Cozy Cardigan comments. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And then here in my bedroom, I'm finishing up another vendor wax. Sorry, it's so much vendor wax. I'm just trying to push through to get rid of some. It's a really good one, though. It's Sweet on Paris and Don't Cross Streams. So that's a really, really nice one. So yes, vendor wax here to buy it in Canada is expensive. So I'm sure if I lived in the US, I would probably be broke because I'd probably have a whole room devoted to vendor wax. So it's probably good that I live in Canada. Now I just have a whole bunch of Scentsy to work through. Stacy says berry apple shortbread, vanilla cinnamon maple, ghostly greetings, and spooky but sweet, all in different rooms. Yeah, I'm a different room kind of girl because I find I've never actually warmed all the same scent in one area, like in my whole place. Jennifer says, I have Scentsy's cranberry, pumpkin spice, and cozy kitchen in different warmers. I think my friend Patrice, if you're still here, I think cranberry pumpkin spice is one that you really, really like, and I feel like you regretted not getting that one in your club. Wendy says, Honeycrisp apples and pumpkin roll. That would be nice together. Christine says, I have pistachio woods and pineapple mango. Probably in different areas, I assume. Right now we have 44 people on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, and yeah, it's actually 2 o'clock now. April says, I'm a multi-room girl too. Do you mean like you split things up and warm different things in every room? Stacy says, cranberry pumpkin spice is amazing and it's in her club. It will be my first October, sorry, I missed that. Yeah, I missed that. Oh, first October melt. And Meg says, the reason I announce what people are saying is sometimes Scentsy, sometimes YouTube will put the comments in the replay and sometimes they won't. So if you don't see them coming up, you have no idea what I'm talking about. So Meg says, someone in Canada needs to start their own wax company. And Jessica says, I regret not putting cranberry pumpkin spice in my club. At the time, I didn't have a club. Shannon says, Jack's Obsession and Pistachio Woods mixed with gingerbread pecan waffles because I don't like pistachio woods. I feel like there's a few people that have said that, Shannon. They don't, or they really liked it on cold sniff and then they didn't like it warming. So we'll have to see. I think I've had a couple people order it, but not too many. I could fall down the rabbit hole if I had the funds. Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, it brings us enjoyment. And if you're like me, you probably don't have a ton of hobbies that take all your money. So I'm okay with it. I've made peace with it. Lily says, I have quite the array of scents in my room. Reggae, sunset, and cranberry muffin in my room. Sea salt and avocado mixed with vanilla waves in my sister's room. That sounds really nice. A maple rum cake and crumb top in my living room. That sounds really, really nice. So I hate to cut it off, but I do have to cut it off because I have to go get the boys' haircuts. So it takes a while. We got to get them organized, especially Drew. So Drew was sick the past few days, but he's starting to feel better. He's so cute. He's the cutest, sickest kid ever. Anyway, I'd like to say thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. Maybe we'll do this again next month. If you like this kind of thing, just let me know, and we'll do it towards the end of next month. If you want to do it, I can do it again. So just let me know down in the comments below, and if you want to share any, if you're watching the replay and you want to share any of your responses to all the questions that we've talked about today, then please do so. Anyway, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you this week. We have Monday video is bricks, Tuesday video is Tester Tuesday, and we'll see what happens later in the week. Have a great one. Bye.